All right, music posse. Let's put a pause on it. All right. Welcome to my friends, my social media audience. Welcome to today's episode of Buying That House. If you are tuning in for the first time because you're playing hooky from work, of course you're allowed to. I'm not going to tell your boss on you. Or if you are work from home, and you can multitask like a lot of people can do, well, welcome to today's episode of Buying That House. Today, I've got a special guest that I was able to twist her arm, persuade her, a lot of begging. And I said, Linda, please show up for me as my guest in your episode of Buying That House. So with all of that said, everyone, let's give Linda a nice round of applause. Here we go. Music posse, help us out. Hello, Linda.
Hello. Some jazzy music there. I like that.
Do you like that jazzy music? My virtual music posse, you know, that you got to have your band to jam with you, right?
Mm-hmm. And by the way, and for the record, you didn't twist my arm. You blackmailed me is what you did.
Blackmailed you. I did kind of twist your arm.
Yes.
So Linda, talk to me about this. Let me set the tone. Let me set the backdrop. Several years ago, you embarked on your journey to be a first-time home buyer, right?
Yes.
Yes. And here is what I know. And I think here is what you kind of know and remember. For a lot of first-time home buyers, one of their biggest struggles, one of their biggest obstacles is knowing or feeling that I'm ready. When did you know you were ready?
For me, I think it was a long time coming. Like I'd always wanted to have a home. I always wanted to have something, you know, special. And when we were getting ready to purchase and we met you, I basically, you know, we were in COVID and we were renting in a nice neighborhood, and I just really wanted my own space. I wanted to make it my own. I wanted to be able to do to the home what I wanted. And
to do your
I
own
wanted
thing.
to paint. I wanted to remodel. I wanted to do all those things. And I was just itching to make that move. And me and my partner, we decided, you know, okay, fine. And it was scary because it was COVID and we were like, we don't know. And we had, you know, cold feet for almost a year. We talked, we met, you and I, or us,
Yes.
all of us actually, we met and we discussed, and I was like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. We don't have enough. We don't have, you know, all these reasons. And, you know, it took probably about a year later to finally be like, okay, this is enough. We're done. We're done waiting, and we just need to move. And make the move, basically.
Okay, so it was a little bit of our first meeting, first conversation. You had to get the necessary information to feel like you will be ready, correct?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, and then 6 months, 12 months had to pass for all of that information to sink in, along with your urge and need to. I need my own space. I can't have my landlord telling me what I can't and cannot do, right?
Yeah. Or my partner, because he was
or
like,
your partner.
we're renting. We're not going to paint. I'm like, what do you mean we're not going to paint?
By the way, Linda, That is a very common experience that we all go through.
Yes.
But I hear you. Everyone goes through it at their own pace. So it's always an interesting question that I love to ask first-time home buyers who've either started their journey, in the journey, or completed their journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So let's now move the conversation to this. When you started your journey, you were fact-finding, researching, gathering information. You weren't quite ready. But once you kind of moved yourself into the ready mode,
Mm-hmm.
okay, even though I'm sure there was that buffet of emotions, right?
Yeah.
Do you recall maybe the top 3 tips, top 3 pieces of advice that people were whispering in your ear? What were they?
I don't remember specific tips. I felt like I was kind of like this. I was just like, I'm on a mission kind of thing, thinking of what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I didn't actually know too many homeowners. But I just had seen other people go through things, and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get here, and I just thought, I kind of knew it all.
Okay. Nothing wrong with
to get me by. I don't need anybody else telling me what to do.
nothing wrong with that attitude. Nothing wrong with that attitude. More importantly, nothing wrong with that strong mindset. I applaud you for it. Okay.
Yes, but that can get you into a lot of trouble.
Confidence can get you in trouble, but let's be real. The opposite of confidence is fear. Fear will hold you back.
Absolutely. And that's really what was the holdup at first, is the fear of, oh, can we do this? Can we do this? Can we not? Like, oh, we can't do this, or we can. And we just I kind of pushed us forward. I was like, we're just doing it.
We're just doing it. But by the way, for you, as a reminder, and for our audience members who are watching this, whether you're watching this live or catching it as an on-demand recording, I'm going to whisper this to you, Linda. Let me lean in some more so you can hear me. When it comes to home buying, your haven, your nest, whether it's your first home, your second, third, whatever, the female is always the driver of the bus. You heard me say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guys are just along for the ride.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
It is true, right?
It's about like decision making. It's like, whatever you want. And you're like, no, I need answers. I need to know. I'm like, fine, I'm just going to make the decision. You trust me? Okay.
Yeah. You know what? You nailed it right on the head there, Linda. That one word, trust. When you look back at it, how important is that on a scale of 1 to 10? Trust in yourself, trust in your partner for feedback, trust in the people who you need to depend on to get you to your outcome. How important is that?
It's very important. I mean, the trust is what helps the process either be smooth or not,
Yeah.
More stressful or not.
Sure.
And yeah, trust is a huge part of it. And that's also one of the things, like the fear of not being able to trust was one of the fears of why we waited.
Really?
And yeah, and finding people that we can trust to work with, like yourself. Yeah, go ahead, pat yourself on the back. It was very important, and it's a huge deal. And to have people that you can trust that help you walk through, the journey, is it's priceless, really. It really is.
Yeah.
Especially when you're making such a huge decision,
I
such a
know.
major decision in your life.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's never perfect. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, it's never, I, I can't imagine anybody really saying, oh, yes, it was the most perfect, absolute, this is it, dream come true. You know, that's not real life.
That's not real. Well, that's why I said what I said, which is, you know, the journey. I think almost everyone's journey, you go through that buffet of emotions, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Now
we had many conversations.
we did.
Yes, we got to know each other very well.
Hey,
I was truly on a roller coaster.
right. But you know what, Linda? That is so real, because those conversations are how, when, and where you build trust, you reinforce that trusted relationship, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, audience members, I'm not going to spill all of the beans, but Linda is in a profession. She's in a profession where she knows a little bit about real estate. So she didn't come into this completely cold. And as you can see her nod, she's like, yes. And Linda, you also, with your profession, you're kind of like a numbers gal.
A little bit.
Well, you deal with a lot of numbers. Come on, right?
Yeah, but I'm not like a finance degree or anything. I'm more of a manager, but I you know, I have experience in residential property management. I have experience in commercial commercial space as well, and that's where we at. But I've seen some things.
I love it. You've seen some things, you know the stories, you know what's real, and you know where the BS might be.
Yeah. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah. We're getting real with each other right now in our live stream. So as I wrap up, Linda, gotta ask this question. Hindsight's 2020, right? We talked about that already. What would you tell yourself now, given what you know, for when you are about to maybe in the future buy that next home? What would you tell yourself now?
I think part of my problem was that I had kind of more of a dream.
Maybe like this woman. She's dreaming. She's dreaming of what she wishes for, what is reality, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted the dream, and you know, reality is what happened.
That's true for all of us.
I went in thinking, I went from wanting to have a fixer-upper to learning what the reality of what that looked like, just looking at homes, talking to you about, you know, what is that financially, what's the impact there.
Yeah.
And that changed. And even to the very end, even up to purchase, I feel like I probably needed to really tighten up that vision. So I think probably one of the biggest things I would say is somebody who's looking, be realistic. I mean, you don't settle, but have a plan.
Yeah.
And
so true.
Be prepared for the unexpected.
Yeah.
You know, so sure. I think really think about and talk to your partner, if you have one, about what that, you know, that vision might really look like, and have some answers for yourself and some backup plans for yourself.
Oh, I love that answer. Yeah. I love that answer. So as we do a shout out to all of the single women just like you, single women, but maybe with a partner, right? Yes, we're calling on each one of you watching this. Yes, all of you. like Linda's story, you know, what she shared with you is so real today. It's because, yes, she peppered into what she shared with you, how she and I started when she felt like she was ready. A trusted relationship is paramount. It's not just necessary, it's paramount, because as Linda mentioned, it can make the journey a lot more efficient, you know, less fearful, right? Maybe less anxious along the way. And that last bit of information she reminded herself to, and she dropped and shared with you, which is have a plan, be realistic, and kind of hold yourself to those positions. So love that feedback, Linda. Love that feedback. So for all of you watching this episode of Buying That House, I wanted this first and foremost. I thank my guest, Linda, for showing up today. I did persuade her, maybe begged a lot. Come on, Linda, please, please, please. I know she's laughing, but she and I got to know each other so well through her journey that, you know, we can joke about stuff, right, Linda?
Absolutely. You have talked me off of many ledges over the years.
Yeah. I'm like, Linda, no, don't go to that cliff.
You have calmed me down. You practically became my therapist.
Hey, I'll take that.
Your knowledge and your guidance was priceless and unrepayable, and I truly appreciate it.
It warms
and everybody would be absolutely lucky to work with you. So
it warms my heart to hear you say that in a recording several times, reminding me, and my big old heart right back at you. So audience members, thank you, Linda. Audience members, as we wrap up today's episode of Buying That House, if you are a first-time home buyer, you wish to share your story, and you want to do it on camera, just like Linda, because she was brave enough to do so, simply scan the QR code, get in touch with me. We'll set a date and time for when you can drop your story. Or if you're about to start your journey to buy your first home, and just like Linda mentioned, you need to build that team of service providers that you can trust, and you don't have that person today, scan the QR code as well. I'd be glad to start a conversation with you to find out, to determine whether I'm that resource for you. So Music Posse, let's play us out. Linda, thank you once again for doing this. Here we go.